Good morning, you guys. Okay, so I'm up earlier this morning to make birria. Yes, it takes a few hours to make, but I'm going to take you along with me on my first time ever making birria because I love queso tacos and my consomme, so we're going to make it. So let's get into what I got. Okay, so this recipe calls for chilies. So we got the new Mexican chili pods. We got the ancho chili pods. We have the, that's not it, here we go, the adobo sauce chipotle, and then we also have cloves and beef bouillon cubes, because it does call for beef bouillon, and then I also have fresh garlic, an onion, and then of course some chuck steak. Yeah. Okay, so this recipe is like for a big chuck steak. I'm only gonna make half because I don't want to waste a bunch of meat and I can't eat all of it that much. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So even with this like half portion, it's still gonna make a lot, I feel like. So yeah. So first thing, what I'm going to do is get these chilies in some boiling water so then I can grind them down into like a paste, and then we are going to sear the chuck on both sides before we start boiling it in the beef bouillon. So let me get on to it. Since we are doing a half recipe, I'm not going to do all the chilies that it calls for. So we're going to do 4, 5 of this one, and that is the ancho chilies. And then we're going to put 4 of the new Mexican chili pods in there. Okay. And we're going to let this boil for a little bit on high heat just to get them like a little bit moist and like plump. I think I need to add more water. Also in this pot we are going to add cloves and garlic. I'm going to depod the garlics from what they're in. So let me throw some cloves in here, about a little less than a teaspoon. So this is going to call for a lot of garlic. So it calls for about 6 cloves of garlic. Even though I'm doing a half recipe, I'm still going to put that much garlic in because I love garlic. So what I'm going to do is just take them out of their skins, and if you know the knife trick, you know, press down, it's gonna come right out. And then also that way the aromatics will get more into the flavor, because crushed garlic always has better. And it's okay to put whole pieces because we are going to grind this down. I don't know why I keep saying grind, but like I'm gonna shove it in the mixer and mix it down. So God, I love the smell of fresh garlic in the morning. Look, y'all can judge me, but fresh garlic in the morning, chef's kiss. Now that I have all the garlic in there, we're going to have to chop up the onion and put it in there. So we're just going to do half an onion, and we're going to do a whole. Okay, now that I have my onion peeled, I am not a huge fan of onions, like fresh in general. And so you're going to just take this half. Well, let me cut it into 4s, actually. I'm just not. I never have been, but we're going to just throw it in there, let it boil with the rest of it. And then I'm going to freeze the other half of this onion so it doesn't go bad, because I don't use onion that often in this form. I usually use dry or like powder onion. So yeah, and we're just going to let all of that simmer together. Put a little comino in there as well. And yeah, we're just going to let that recipe do its thing. Also, if you chop garlic before you chop onion, you don't get watery eyes. Either that or I just don't cry at onion smells. So that is what we are going to do right now. And yeah, so I'll come back when I'm ready to blend it. Blend is the word I've been looking for. When I'm ready to blend it, I'll come back, but I'm going to just let this cook right now. It's been cooking for about 20 minutes and everything looks really hydrated. Like all these peppers are nice and soft and they're a little plump. So I think it is time to blend it. And even like the onions are like soft. Like if you push on them, they like fall apart. So, and it smells incredible. Now I didn't put the adobo sauce in there because it's like in this form, so it doesn't need to be boiled. So I'm just gonna shove that into the blender. So I'm gonna blend all this together. Ooh. Very careful, very careful, very careful. Okay, so we're gonna put all of it into there. Top on. Ooh, hot. Oh god, that smells incredible. Okay. Now we are going to have to work on, we're going to sear the beef before we add the liquids to it. So let me get that ready. So I've seen like a few different ways that people have done this. And most of the people either don't sear the beef, and the people that do sear the beef, it's a choice thing to add texture. However, they either add beef broth or these like beef bouillon cubes. I normally only have chicken bouillon cubes. I don't know why. But I am going to put a little butter at the bottom of it and then like kind of stir in the beef bouillon cube. So while I'm like browning the meat, it's also getting that flavor in and kind of breaking it down a little bit, because beef and chicken bouillon cubes are a little bit hard to break down sometimes. At least that's what I've noticed. So that is what I'm going to do. Warm this up. And then I'm just going to salt and pepper my meat. Just like a little easy salt and pepper. So now we're gonna take out our chuck, and this piece is like so well marbled. Like I am just like, I was really happy when I saw this piece. Well, it's like it was a huge piece. I put the other piece away in storage for right now because I'm not gonna eat all of it today. But so we're gonna salt, pepper. And I am going to leave this little fatty tip on because fat always adds so much flavor. And then I'm just going to take this into my hot thing. Oh, do you hear that sear sound? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but oh, that sounds beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to let it cook for 2-3 minutes on one side, then 2-3 minutes on the other side, so it gets nice and brown, and then I'll start adding the liquids in. So it's brown on this side. I'm letting it brown on the other side right now. And then I'm going to strain out like the pulp of this and then add water into this. So let me start doing that. So I've added about 5 cups of water to like almost coat the meat completely. And now let me get my strainer. I love this strainer because it literally just hangs out there. I'm going to take this off. Oh my god, it smells incredible already. And we're just going to strain through this into our yummy and delicious, and just get all that pulp out. Oh my gosh, if you guys could smell this, it smells so good. So we're just going to push this through the strainer. I never thought about it until I saw the recipe of like straining out the pulp. That's why consomme never really has like seeds or anything in it. And it's kind of like translucent. And I was like, well, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to just strain this and I'll show you when it's done. So I felt like the strainer wasn't getting all of the liquids out. Like look at how much is in here still. So I put it through a cheesecloth. And I am going to just push through this to make sure that all liquids are out. It is super hot though, so yeah. Unfortunately, a few seeds have slipped by me, but I will strain this liquid again at the end of cooking just to be sure. So I'm just straining the last little bit through the cheesecloth and the strainer. This one seems to be going through a little bit easier. And then I am going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to let it cook for a few hours and stir it every couple of hours. So yeah. Now that all of it is strained into there, look how translucent that sauce is. So now I'm going to put it on medium heat, and we are going to let this simmer and cook for 3 hours. So we'll be back in a couple hours to check on it, and yeah. Guys, I messed up. It's not supposed to be medium heat, it's supposed to be low heat, so I had to change it to low heat to cook the birria. Oops. Also, I forgot to add the oregano, so I did those things off camera. Now I'm gonna make some queso tacos, and I'm gonna dip it in the consomme, and we will see how it tastes. Okay, I'm super excited. It's hot. I'm gonna dip it in my consomme. Oh my god, that came out so good. That meat is so flavorful from cooking inside of that sauce or whatever. The consomme is just like velvety and buttery. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Overall, besides the crab pork, it wasn't that hard to make. You get a good amount of it. Even if you don't finish the consomme, you could use it to cook chicken in, to make chicken burritos. The possibilities are endless. So I would say this one was a 9 out of 10. Perfect, delicious. If you ever get a chance to make it, I highly suggest it. Birria is so good. So I'm gonna enjoy my queso tacos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.